Welcome to Roundtable Healing Arts. I thought it would be helpful to have a bit of an overview of December 2025 and exactly what we'll be looking at and working through this month. So, our season is Long Night's Time, and we're moving into the approach of renewal. The totems this month will be the owl for Sagittarius and the goose for Capricorn. And our moon phases will, of course, go from a waxing gibbous into full, and then into waning, and then new, and then back to a waxing crescent as the month progresses. So our overall themes will be illumination, integration, reorientation, choosing the path forward, sacred discipline, and quiet becoming. So here's a bit of a tasting flight of what we'll journey through this month. December's a month of deep inner realignment, where we'll shift from gathering insight to acting on it, slowly and gently and with precision. It's a month of night vision and grounded recommitment, with each phase sort of carrying its own medicine. And below's a taste of each movement, like walking through the month with a torch that reveals one chamber at a time. So early in the month, the 1st through the 7th, our theme is illumination and inner honesty. This will be while the moon is going from waxing gibbous into full, and our season remains the deep part of Long Night's Time. This is the first stretch of December, and it's about truth coming into focus. Not a dramatic truth, but a quiet truth, the kind that reveals itself when all distractions soften. We'll explore what desires want to be taken seriously, what patterns need to be laid to rest, which relationships, roles, or obligations may be draining or nourishing you, and which direction whispers the strongest yes to you. This is the part of the month where owl's medicine is the sharpest, and you'll be able to see what is typically hidden. Things will feel clearer and simpler, yet more profound. And this phase also invites a strong sense of reciprocity, in a sense of what I'm tending is also tending me back. And you'll feel drawn to clarify what deserves that tending. As we move into mid-December, the 8th through the 16th, the theme there is integration and the soft reorientation. This will be as we're moving from the waning phase through last quarter through waning crescent. Our season there is Long Night's Time reaching its depth. And this middle stretch is where we'll begin to gather ourselves and reclaim energy that's been scattered across the year, compost our emotional remnants and start to close some loops, and integrate lessons that were previously unprocessed. This will be less about insight and more about settling in and absorbing and making things real. This is where we'll be guided into practical shifts and distilling down our priorities and simplifying our commitments, reorienting our inner compasses toward what feels aligned for us. Nothing dramatic, everything meaningful. This is that in-between place where the future paths start to quietly form. And then in late December, the 17th through the 22nd, is kind of the deep transition. The themes there will be choosing, clearing, and preparing the ground. The moon approaches new, and then we move into new moon. This is the final days of Long Night's Time, and we start turning towards sovereign time. This is where clarity becomes choice, and we'll start to identify what needs to be released. We'll clarify our whys for moving forward. We'll notice what our energy naturally gravitates toward, and we'll feel the pull of the coming crossroads moment. There's a subtle but unmistakable pressure during this time. It's not anxiety really, but inevitability of things coming. It's a sense that our spirit is preparing to declare something. And this phase will act like the tightening before the arrow is released. And then we'll move into very late December, the 23rd through the 31st. Themes there are sovereignty and direction and first steps toward destiny. This will be as we move from new moon to waxing crescent and waxing gibbous, and we start to move into goose time, right? The season of Capricorn and the season of sacred discipline. This is the great turning as we transition out of long night's time and into the medicine of the goose. We shift from vision to commitment, from dreaming to direction, and from internal reorientation to external alignment. Goose medicine will bring discipline without harshness and purpose without rigidity, direction that feels more like devotion than obligation. And these will be those first steps that set the tone for the coming year. And here we start with not resolutions, but with intentions that are supported by daily rituals that will honor our long-term well-being. And the last days of the month will be very fertile space for choosing our path, naming our commitments, and stepping into the first gentle phase of destiny work, reaffirming reciprocity with the living world and spiritual practices that will anchor our purpose. December begins with seeing and moves into integrating, transitions through choosing, and ends with becoming. This month will teach us how to honor the wisdom gathered throughout the year, compost what no longer carries life, reorient our paths from within, step across the threshold of a new cycle with intention, not pressure, allow reciprocity to guide our energy and commitments and relationships, and enter January not lost in ambition, but aligned with purpose. This is a month of quiet metamorphosis, a month where our roots are doing their deepest work, and a month that prepares the way for our next becomings. And I look forward to sharing it with you here on Roundtable Healing Arts. And if there is anything that I can do to support your journey as you're moving into becoming, as you're releasing old patterns, as you're releasing things that are no longer working for you, I'd love to talk with you. There's a link at calendly.com/Roundtable Healing Arts where you can schedule a discovery call, and let's get our heads together and do some good work together. I look forward to supporting you. I appreciate your likes and your subscriptions to the channel. Your subscription is always free, and I look forward to working through December with you and into beyond. And if you like what we're doing here, I encourage you to tell a friend and to share. Thanks so much. Let's have a wonderful month.